Now we are going to talk about the floodlight. It has a wide range of uses in every facade projects, like from bigger floodlight, small floodlight or spotlight. You will see a lot of building with the floodlight, and uses of the floodlight, it's wide. Okay, so I'll show you some of the effects. Before that, I'm going to explain you something. Outdoor spotlight, it's mainly for like 5 degree to 45 degree optical lens, which is in a small area we are going to light up. And floodlight, we say when 45 degree to 60 degree, a huge area. But also nowadays people using very narrow beam floodlight as well. Like this is a 5 degree. Also there are 2.5 degree nowadays, and 3 degree, which is very narrow beam for high-rise building. Let's say you have a building of 30 floor and you want to light up the building with just a floodlight. So in that case, you can use a narrow beam like 3 degree or 4 degree floodlight. Okay. So let's see some of the project reference. So this is a floodlight, a small floodlight. You can see here, this is RGB floodlight used for this project. This is, I think, around 48 watt RGB floodlight. It's not so strong because it's RGB. Okay, so we can see this a small floodlight used for each columns, and is giving the vertical lights. Also here also use the floodlight to giving the illumination to the column. Okay, and here you can see two type of floodlight. One is also giving a narrow. Okay, for each column it's giving this is the design, actually not actual photos, but this is actual photos. This is not a design. So you can see the actual effect, how it look like for an RGB narrow beam floodlight. Okay, this is the design, and you see also to light up the beam, this is how going to use. But look at these photos. This is like whole building lighting up, it using the wide angle floodlight, like let's say 60 degree to 80 degree. Okay, and from where it's giving the floodlight, you can see here, I'll zoom it little. You can see here they are using some sort of pole. In that pole they use like 2, 4, 6, 8 pieces of floodlight. Okay, you can see the pole, they install the pole to light up the building, because one fittings, it's not going to give the effect what they are looking for. So they need to use like a several steps and several floodlights. So, and they cannot use the floodlight on the floor because it's a public area, and if they put the floodlight on the floor, people might damage it. So what they did is they install a pole which is almost, let's say, on the 3 meter high. They start installing the lights. So but the total pole height is, let's say, 8 meters. So from 3 meter they start installing the lights, and in a different angle. Let's say these 4 lights, they focus this area, this another 4 light, they focus this area again from here. So like this, they get the whole facade illuminated even way. Like it's not giving only one beam like what you see here. It's not like this. If you see here, it's only giving illumination to the column, and other area is dark. Okay, here also same, but here it's not that way. They install the floodlight very wide beam, let's say 60 degree to 80 degree, and is giving the even illumination. So that's what you need to understand, that what your client looking for, what is your design intent, what kind of effect you're looking for. Based on that, you need to select the products, the wattage. To understand that, you can create some sort of dialects calculations, or if you have experience to understand the wattage requirement, then you can just select. If you don't have, and also if the client wants to see the calculations, then you can calculate in dialects to understand how much brightness you need and what is the wattage you need. Okay, they also use a narrow beam floodlight here to light up those columns. They use a small wall washers to light up this area and here, but the main structure, they use the huge floodlight, a lot of floodlight to light up the whole area. Also here, mainly to explain you the spotlight. Let's say see a small spotlight used to highlight in a small area to give an effect, not to light up the full building. See, this is completely different things. This building, they use the whole area light up, like it's even light, but here they select each individual things and they light up that area. So for this kind of things, like you can use this type of a small spotlight, like 4 watt, 6 watt, 8 watt. Okay, so like this, you see, this is, let's say, maybe 4 watts spotlight, which is giving illumination of the individual area. Okay, the small area which is highlighting. Also here they use a small floodlight to create the effect. They play with the shadow here. If you can see in the both photos, they really play with the shadow and bright. Here is very bright and here is shadow, and here also it's very bright and here is dark. So the designer who made the design, he play with the shadow and brightness. Here also you can see it's not the whole building is illuminated. There is darkness, then there is brightness. Here, if you can see this one, this is too bright. They didn't play with the shadow. But here, like the designer wants to play with the shadow. So this is how the design intent. So the basic thing is you need to understand what you're going to do with the building structure, how you are going to illuminate the building, and based on your structural requirement, then you can select what type of products you're looking for. So it's not that only one type of product you're going to use for one facade. If you see this building, these projects we done, we used linear in-ground lights, we used floodlight, we use wall washers, we use linear lights. So let's see 1, 2, 3, 4 type of fittings used in one small building. So it's not that you can use only one type of fittings and you need to illuminate the building. Based on the structure, based on the design intent, you can use several type of fittings. Then you can have a multiple layer, you can have a multiple like different color. You can play, like let's say here, you can see that I don't have the full photos here. They use blue color, they use purple, they use like warm white. So in one building they use 3 colors to have the layer of the lightings, to understand the depth, to understand what is going to do. And here also same, they use for the floor lights, let's say 5000K, and they use for the spotlight 3000K. So they play with the color as well. So you can play with this whatever you want, how you want. It doesn't need to be exactly on the floodlight, only one building, that's it. I will not use any other lights. You can use as you want. From the building to building, it will vary. Okay, so that's all on the floodlight.